Hey, I thought I'd go over how to farm the final boss with the Shinobi. So first, let's go to the inn, and I'll show my build. Now first off, you notice I have no points in piety. A lot of people use piety because it allows you to do a lot of damage with the rider kick. However, the final boss in this game is very poorly designed, and basically there's almost no opportunity or window to use the rider kick at all. So for the purpose of farming, what I did is I took all the points out of piety and I put it in strength and agility, and then I put 9 points in vitality just to make it so that you don't have to heal as much and things like that. Now I have pretty much the optimal gear. I actually just recorded a no damage run, and I got the Dragon Killer +3, so I'm basically done farming here, so now I have a little bit more build flexibility. But basically, you want to stack fire shurikens if you can. Ninja Swords +3 is also pretty good because it has the crazy magic attack, and you're going to be stacking that with the fire damage. It seems to work pretty well. Amulet of Darkness is the best equipment in the game. Let me go ahead and unequip this so you guys can see what the affix is. So it says resist instant death. Basically that means that if you were going to get one shot by something, it will leave you with 1 HP instead. I hear it's very good on the Witch since it basically makes you invincible, but on the Shinobi, it basically makes it so that you don't have to worry about healing as much. Obviously, the Shinobi is a glass cannon, and also, especially on the final boss, the main reason why you can't use the kick on the final boss is that you need to dash into him to do damage. You can only damage him when his mouth is open. However, he summons these tentacles, and the tentacles have basically permanently active hitboxes. So, pretty much every single time you try to dash into him, especially at the positions he's at, you'll always end up dashing into the tentacles. So it's actually nice to have a little bit of leeway there. Actually, there's some other things on here I need to explain. So aggro minus 45%, I'm not really sure how much that matters. I guess in a party would be a good thing, but the best thing about it is 100% damage to level 10 enemies, which is basically level every enemy in the game past basically the beginning. And since you can only equip it at level 47, it's going to be literally everything you fight. So these actually stack as well, so if you can get 2 of them, it's actually the best possible build you can have, at least for the Shinobi. Now, alternatively, in terms of a Shinobi build, if you're running with other people, it might be a good idea to get the... where is it? The first scarf, I think it's this, or there may be another one, but there's one that gives you a really massive movement speed boost. Since this game is basically the only enemy that matters is the boss, you can actually run a build where you just run straight to the boss with both of these on, and then let your friends kill the boss, since your damage will probably be pretty crippled. You only get 6 agility and 6 luck, and then the defense is decent, I guess, but it's definitely going to cripple your damage potential, so that's another alternative as well. Now, the Dragon Bane +3 drops from the final boss, so while you're using this farming technique, hopefully you'll get that. I also just got the Dragon Killer +3. This is the best weapon in the game for the, one of the best weapons in the game for the Shinobi right now. There are level 80 weapons that are dropping. I'm not sure if they're a bug or not. I actually haven't gotten any myself. However, people say that if you do try to equip them, due to the massive level difference, you actually don't get the power from the affixes, so I'm not too sure on that. But there is supposed to be DLC at the end of next month, so I assume that that's when they'll raise the level cap. So the first thing you're going to want to do is to buy a bunch of relics of power. Now, in order to do that, you'll need to go to the Upper City General Store. Now you notice these things are 50,000 gold a pop, so it seems like daunting at first. However, the drop rate from the final boss is like abysmally low. The 2 worst drops that he gives you will actually give you a pretty significant amount of money. Let me see if I have any on file here. Yeah, the most basic thing he drops is the Dragon Killer, and those go for 625k. So I just sold 4, there's 2.5 million. And you also get millions and millions of Pendants of Hope. These sell for 28k each. Now, it costs 4 million for a stack of the Relics of Power, so as long as you're clearing consistently, you're basically never going to run out of money. So what these do is these allow you... Actually, let me go back to the other thing where you can actually see it. Basically, they heal 50% of your health, and they increase your strength or any of the other stats by 30% for a minute. Now, what it doesn't tell you is that these stack. I don't know if it's intentional or not, but you might as well abuse it while you can. You can use this with other character builds as well, like I believe the Witch scales off int and things like that. So you want to stack these as much as you can and also save them for heals so that you can kill the boss basically as quickly as possible. So that's the gist of it. It's not going to be as fast as you see here because I basically have the best gear in the game now, but you'll be able to work up to that point eventually. Alternatively, you can get a bunch of friends to use the Witch or the Empress, and you can also farm it that way as well. Okay, so I'm not going to skip through the text here. Basically, the first thing you're going to want to do is to basically just lock onto Amiga and try to get to the second phase as quickly as possible. Once the Atruum orb comes out, you want to lock onto it and then basically just keep mashing your strings. So try to double jump cancel. At that point, you'll try to build enough meter. Hopefully you'll build enough meter that when the orb spawns again, you can get on one of the adjacent platforms and just spam a bunch of shurikens into it while popping at least 1 or 2 relics of power. You may need more depending on what your progress is with your build. And then at that point, the mouth will open on the third form. Now, generally he does the ice spike attack. That's actually what you want him to do because the fireball is very difficult to retaliate against because it homes in on you. You may lose a life there. However, if he does the ice attack, you'll have time to get maybe 2 or 3 shuriken sprays on him. At that point, he will go towards the upper left-hand corner of the screen. So at that point, you want to get to the uppermost platform there, and then just pop your relics of power and then spam the shurikens in him. If you're lucky, that'll kill him instantly. So sometimes Amiga can give you a really bad pattern, so I'm not sure how smoothly that will go, but I just uploaded a no damage run as well, so you can use that for reference too. Okay, so now you want to pop your relics of power. Okay, so quickly get down to this platform. You can pop another one here if you want. As soon as the swords come down, you want to make sure you're facing to the left and then pop the rest of your relics of power. You might want to be a little more liberal with these if you're running low on money, but I have so much money it doesn't matter. He's going to spawn here, wait for his mouth to open. There you go. And you notice all the fire on his sprite. That's actually the fire shurikens debuffing his defense, so you'll actually do even more damage that way. You also get Dragonite from here as well, so once you're done farming here, ideally you can go reset your build to something else if you want to. So you're pretty much always going to get a Dragon Killer, and those sell for 625k. I can't really comment on the other classes because they don't have them yet. But if you get a Dragonite, that's always good too, since you can always reset your build. This is basically how people have been farming. Don't feel bad about doing this at all because the drop rates are pretty abysmal. I think I did had to have been at least 100 runs before I got everything, and I just got 2 of the pieces today. I was actually on the bus coming back from doing errands and groceries, and I got my my second Amulet of Darkness, and then the Dragon Bane +3. So once you have all those things, you can reset your build if you want to and try to find something else. But this is actually the best build in the game for now because pretty much all the best gear comes from this mission, at least for the Shinobi. So here's my build once again. I have +30 in strength, +10 in agility, and then I put 9 points in Vitality. If you're going to be farming other missions that are not the final boss, it can be useful to have a little bit of extra HP, because sometimes you'll need to just damage boost through enemies. Like I said, you can try to get those items that give you the movement speed up if you want to kind of run more of a support role, where you basically just get to the boss and kind of save time for everybody. That is an option as well, and this build should work pretty decently for that purpose too. Anyway, I hope this helps you guys get past all the horrendous RNG in this game, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.